What's up, everybody? I'm here with another book review. This time, I want to talk about a book in the original Goosebumps series. This is Ghost Beach. So, I do have my little sleeves for my books now. So, I've been slowly putting them inside these, and it's been really fun. Um, but I'm going to show you all my copies of this book. So, yeah, I have that copy. That's the original. I'm not sure if it's first print or anything like that. I don't think it is. But I have four editions here. I have this one, which has a bunch of little special features about like grave rubbings and um, haunted family trees. And there's like a Q&A with R.L. Stein. Pretty cool stuff. Really fun. And the copy that I read as a kid that I remember, and I do have a very nostalgic story for this, and kind of a Mandela effect too, but this is the copy that I read as a kid. So when I don't know how, I'm not good at math right off, like on pressure, but I remember when I was a kid, me and a friend, we went to Walmart and they had these new reprint edition of Goosebumps books. So keep in mind, when I was growing up, I didn't have internet, so couldn't really look up what the front covers of Goosebumps books looked like. So we seen this stand, and I swear, and this could be the Mandela effect playing tricks, but the stand had this little ghostly guy here over the whole thing with the books, and me, I was very starstruck. Stood there for quite a few minutes, and I picked out a bunch of books to carry with me. Ghost Beach wasn't one that I picked first. I think I picked The Ghost Next Door and maybe The Abominable Snowman of Pasadena. It was something like that. Like it was one. My friend was very big on The Ghost Next Door. He read that, and I read it later on. More on that later, but I picked either The Abominable Snowman or like How I Got My Shrunken Head or something weird that like I wanted to read. Like I was like, okay, I'll pick this one. And we was with a friend, and they got it for us. But anyway, this is the copy that I read as a kid, and this might be the actual copy. I do remember that we had this in our library. Yeah. So Ghost Beach, and that's another copy there. And I have one more nostalgic story here. I have another reprint edition of this, and this is luck. So, and God blessing me. We were at a flea market, me and some friends, and this is actually the same friend, him and his wife. And I went, wanted to go book shopping, and I found this copy of this book. I already had a reprint edition of this book, I thought. So I was like, I wasn't 100% sure, so I was like, I'm going to grab it. What's the harm? It's like beat up. But I was like, I wanted to buy something. I got home, and I called my friend because I was like, there's something inside this book. And this was insane. It was actually signed by R.L. Stein. So this little beat up reissue copy, and I thought it was kind of fascinating because this is just a reprint edition. If I got R.L. Stein to sign something, he's signing an original print, not one of these reprints. But this is for a kid doesn't know any different, so really cool. But well, it could have been like a grown person like me, and they prefer these covers. I don't know, but yeah. All right, so on with the review. That's all the editions I have, but I thought those are some pretty cool stories. So this book, Ghost Beach, it follows Jerry and Terry Sadler. They are going to go stay with their distant cousin, Agatha and Brad. They're going to go stay in New England with them for like the summer. And yeah, they go exploring on the beach. Terry, which is the sibling, the sister, is loves to collect wildflowers and does something where she like puts rice paper over them and like gets moldings of them. And she also does something with like grave rubbings, which she has these weird little hobbies, which is fine. They're out there doing that. They end up running into these kids, and there's Sam, Louisa, and Nat. I think Nat is the really young kid, and they hang out for a little while. And I think Terry ends up going looking for this weird flower that like it does all kinds of weird stuff. I don't remember exactly, but it's something about like it eats like dead dead parts of a plant or something. I can't remember, but it's anyway. She starts looking for that, and it's in the ground. And so she sees something that looks like it. She pulls it up, and it ends up being a skeleton. So these kids, they see this. Sadler, these other kids, their last name is Sadler too, by the way, which is weird. But they explain that a lot of people in this town's last name is Sadler because that's where, like, a lot of people are just, it's just a very common name and stuff like that. So she pulls this thing out, and it's a skeleton. And Nat speaks up and says that it's a dog, and a ghost did this. And the Sam kid tells Nat, to be quiet, stop talking. They leave, and we do have some like slower moments in this book where it's they go home, and they don't really bring up the whole thing with Agatha and Brad, but they do talk about a little bit of their adventure, but not much. So they do all this, and it doesn't take long for Jerry to start seeing lights in this cave that's up the near the beach, and he starts hearing dog whistles and different things like that, dog howls at night, and just weird things. And it turns out that there's this legend that he finally gets out of these kids, that there is this ghost in this cave that comes out when the moon is full, and these kids are terrified of this ghost, and they want the Jerry and Terry to go and get rid of this ghost. And that's basically the gist of it. I'm not going to reveal much because this book is a very easy one to spoil, and I don't want to spoil it. So let me start by saying one thing very quick. I did not like this book as a kid. I'm not entirely sure why. I kind of have a feeling it did borrow some twists from Welcome to Dead House, which I'm kind of on the boat where if you've read Welcome to Dead House before this, you probably won't like it as much. Like that's how I thought as a kid. But I'll go ahead and say up front right now, I had a lot of fun with this. I finished this tonight, and the finale of this was good. There is some slow moments, and I remember not liking that as a kid, like it being pretty slow, and the ending kind of was like a repeat. But this time around, it was really good. I probably just didn't appreciate it as a kid. I wanted to see this hooded ghost guy pop up, but he doesn't. So yeah, but yeah, that's all I'm gonna reveal for the plot. But the finale of this book was very good, very scary. The ghost in question is written very scarily. Like he's pretty scary, and yeah, and I think that's about it. This book is really good. The only thing that I really complain about is probably it's just a little bit slower paced than your average Goosebumps book. But for this case, this book worked a lot better as a slower paced book. It did have a lot of good descriptions of like the cave and um, the cemetery near the cave, and I don't remember it having like a lot of description of the beach, which is weird because it's like that's the main focus. But the beach, they are on the beach a lot, but there's not. They really don't go swimming or anything like that. It's just kind of it's more focused on like the cemetery part, and yeah, all of that's really good. All of that's written really well, and yeah, Ghost Beach was a fun book. I did not expect to like it as much, and this gives me high hopes for books that I didn't like as a kid. So I'm kind of wondering what other books like am I gonna like. And yeah, this I looked at my previous Goodreads. So when I first started Goodreads, I would go and I rated every book that I read from Goosebumps based on memory. Like what do I give this? I originally gave this a 2 out of 5 stars, and I was like, no. This and today I was at work and I was thinking about this book, and I was like, I wonder what I'm gonna give this book, because in the middle of the book it is good. It's like, okay, so you got this going on, you got this going on. It's all right. There's some plot holes if you think about it a lot, but yeah. Um, but then when I got to the finale, when I finished it, the scene with the dog, all great, very top tier. I'm gonna give Ghost Beach a 4 out of 5 stars as an adult perspective of this book, and yeah, this was a very fun book, um, very atmospheric, and yeah, I recommend this. I do think that you should read this, especially as an adult. I mean, I watched Michael Goosebumps fans review on this, and he like I literally felt word for word, and I remember watching his review a few years ago where I was like, no, I hated that book. It was so boring, but now I kind of see it like he took the words out of my mouth when he was talking about like the urban legend feel and all that stuff. It was really good. 4 out of 5 stars for me, guys. I'm done rambling. Please let me know in the comments below, what did you think about Ghost Beach? Is it a hidden gem? Is it a favorite of yours? Yeah, I think that's it for me, guys. Thank you. Bye bye.